bearing, and also we'll see how to calculate angles from bearing, and later we'll see about local attraction. So we saw that bearing is nothing but a angle with respect to a reference meridian. If suppose this was your reference meridian and you are measuring this angle of the survey line OA, so this is your bearing, which helps in giving you the direction. So if you are setting out a survey line like this, from O you are starting, you are going to A, then you are going to B, then you are going to C, and so on. So if you want to measure the bearing of each line, so that will help you in setting out the survey lines. So that you will always do with respect to this reference meridian. So you have this angle theta 1, then you have this angle theta 2, and for B you have this theta 3, then for C you have this theta 4. Like this you will keep on measuring the bearing of each of this survey line. So this will help you in calculating the included angles also, what are these interior angles or exterior angles, etc. So if you are measuring the bearing in direction of progress of the survey, that is known as forebearing, abbreviated as FB. So you wanted to measure you are setting out this survey line in this direction, you are going from point O to A, then to B, and so on. So this angle theta 1 or theta 2 is your forebearing. So it is known as forebearing of OA, so that is theta 1, and forebearing of AB, so that is theta 2. Now back bearing is the exact opposite of this. So it is the bearing opposite to the direction of progress of survey. Suppose this was your direction of progress of survey, this is O, same thing I am drawing here, O, A and B. And so what will be the back bearing of this line OA? So back bearing of OA is, you need to measure the bearing opposite to the direction of progress of survey. So that is from this point. So this is your back bearing of OA, that is phi 1. And if your direction of progress of survey was AO, so then this is nothing but forebearing of AO. So forebearing of AO equal to back bearing of OA. Let us just consider OA alone. So if you want to know the forebearing of OA in the direction of progress of survey, you are measuring this angle. So that is forebearing. And if you want to know the back bearing of OA, you have to measure the bearing opposite to the direction of survey. So that is from this point. So that is phi 1. So that is back bearing. So these are in whole circle bearing terms. It is always best to convert them into whole circle bearing terms when you are solving questions. Now let us try to understand the relationship between this forebearing and back bearing with the help of the same example. So this forebearing of OA is theta 1 and back bearing of OA is phi 1. Suppose let us say I am extending this line. So this will be theta 1 and you know this is 180 degrees. So you can clearly see that phi 1 equal to theta 1 plus 180 degrees. So that is back bearing equal to forebearing plus 180 degrees. So here it is a positive sign when this forebearing is less than 180 degrees. Here this forebearing is less than 180 degrees. If suppose forebearing is greater than 180 degrees, this will be a minus sign. Back bearing equal to forebearing minus 180 degrees. Let us try to draw that also. Suppose you have this point O here and some random point B here. So the direction of survey OB is like this. So this is your forebearing. Let that be theta 1. So back bearing will be phi 1. So as you can see here, back bearing equal to forebearing minus 180 degrees. So this is your forebearing. If you subtract this angle 180 degree, then you will get this back bearing. So back bearing equal to forebearing plus or minus 180 degree based on the angle of forebearing if it is less or greater than 180 degrees. Now let us try to understand this, how to calculate the angles from bearings. Suppose you have a point A here and this is B and this is C and you want to measure this angle ABC. So first you will find out the bearings of this line's forebearing. Let us say this is theta 1 and this is theta 2. Now you want to measure this included angle ABC. So let us just extend this line. So this will be theta 1. And if we calculate the back bearing of AB, so that will be, let us indicate that by phi 1. So clearly you can see angle ABC equal to this back bearing minus forebearing of the next line. So here previous line is AB. So back bearing of AB is phi 1. And if you subtract this, out of this phi 1, you are subtracting this theta 2, which is this, then you will get this angle. So that is the theta 2 is the forebearing of the next line BC. So angle ABC is nothing but back bearing of AB minus forebearing of BC. So this is, in this case, theta 1, 4 bearing is less than 180 degree. So this will be theta 1 plus 180 degrees minus theta 2. So here we try to calculate this angle. And if you want to measure this angle, it is nothing but 360 degree minus whatever we found out now. Then let us try to understand a case where we calculate the bearings from the angles. So we have bearing of any line is equal to bearing of previous line plus included angle measured clockwise. When we find out that this sum is greater than 180 degrees, we have to subtract 180 degrees. And when sum is less than 180 degree, you have to add 180 degree to it. Let us try to understand this case here. So here they have given the forebearing of AB, that is 99 degree, and also they have given angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D. Now we have to find out the forebearing of the other lines. I'll just draw the zoomed out version of AB. So you have A here, then you have B, then you have C here. So this is 99 degree. Forebearing of AB is 99 degree, and we want to find out the forebearing of BC. So this we have to find out. So here we are traversing from A, B, C, D. If this is your forebearing, we are traversing like A, B, C and D. So your clockwise angle is, this is your clockwise angle. We always measure in the forward direction, that is from AB to BC. If you measure, it is the clockwise angle is like this. So as per this, bearing of any line, that is bearing of this BC is bearing of previous line, bearing of AB plus clockwise included angle, and then you have to do this. So we know that this is 99 degrees, that is the bearing of previous line, and then your clockwise angle is this one. So this is your clockwise angle, and you know out of this clockwise angle, this part is 180 degrees, and we want to measure this one. So your clockwise angle minus this 180 degrees will give you this part, and you know this is 99 degree, that is why we are adding the bearing of previous line. So bearing of previous line is 99 degrees. We are adding the clockwise included angle. So here they have given the inside angle, but we needed the clockwise angle, which is 360 degree minus 120 degree, which is 240 degrees. So 99 plus 240 is definitely greater than 180 degree. That's why we are subtracting 180 degree. So we can see the relation here. So if we solve this, we'll get the answer as 159 degree as the forebearing for BC. And similarly, we can repeat for other lines as well. It is always best to draw the diagram and check it. And also we have one more thing, that the sum of angles, let us say the sum of interior or exterior angles for n sides in a closed traverse like this. If we have n sides, here we have 4 sides, so that will be equal to 2n plus or minus 4 into 90 degrees. So here we have 4 sides. If we add this included angles, it should be, these are interior angles, so we should use the minus sign. If it is exterior angle, in this formula you will use the plus sign. So here n is 4. So 2 4s are 8 minus 4, 4 into 90 degree, 360 degree. So if you add all this also, you will get 360 degree. So this is one way of checking or obtaining other angles if suppose something is unknown. Now let us see about local attraction. If magnetic forces are present, it will not point to the magnetic north. This is because of some magnetic forces present around, like some huge iron pipes or cables, etc. Because of that, it might not point to the magnetic north. So this should be accounted for. So what we try to do is we observe a line which is free from local attraction and then try to apply this correction. So this is usually assumed that if forebearing minus back bearing, that is the difference between forebearing and back bearing, if it is 180 degree, it is assumed that it is free from local attraction. Because you are measuring from 2 points, it is assumed that if both places, if some place if magnetic attraction is there, it will be less than this 180 degrees. Or if one place there is too much magnetic attraction, here it is less, again the difference will not be 180 degrees. So in this way, we can find out if the difference between them is 180 degrees, then it is assumed that that line does not have any local attraction. And also one more way is for a closed traverse, we can apply that 2n plus or minus 4 into 90 degrees for interior or exterior angles depending, and check the sum. If it is not, we will distribute the error equally to all the angles. So here they have given the bearings of a traverse PQR ST. So this I am just drawing randomly, it may not be the correct angle. So here they are asking which stations are most likely to be affected by local attraction. So first we will try to find out the difference between forebearing and back bearing. So we know that forebearing of QP equal to back bearing of PQ. So for each of this we have the back bearing here. So we can just compute the difference irrespective of the sign and find out if it is 180 degree or not. So for this first line, so this is 180 degrees and this is 178 degrees and this is 181 degrees, 180 degrees. So we can see that these two are affected by local attraction QR and RS, which means that if even one station, that is R, is affected by this local attraction, because of that you are getting a varies from 180 degrees. If suppose S was affected by local attraction, then this difference may not be 180 degree. And similarly, if Q was affected by local attraction, this PQ will not be, difference will not be 180 degree. That's why the station which is most likely to be affected is station R.